psyched to talk to you. You and I, like, we've been kind of like circling each other for a while. I remember you asked me for like thoughts on like a funnel, and I was like, dude, it looks good, go live. And then like all of a sudden you land like $18 billion with the clients or some huge fucking number, right? But how long have you been part of the Ask Spam or like the Butt group and all that?
Dude, I don't even know. It's just been like a part of it. Like I think I was initially started with Dan 2 years ago, and then I'm like, wait, this is a real thing that people do. There's other communities. Oh my God, look at this group, look at that group. And I just joined your group because I'm like, dude, like this is legit, you know, and like your community is just amazing. What do you guys at now? Like 50,000 people?
Dude, it's crazy. So we went from 0 to 40,000 people. And the strangest part is like everybody said like use paid ads and all that. And every time I tried to use paid ads for group growth, it felt like really unfair. It was just like the spam would shoot through the roof and nobody really understood. And it felt more like a selling, not a tribe community. You know what I mean? But it's been almost entirely organic. We started at 0, I think like 2 years ago or something like that. First day we got 500 people, like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. And then we peaked at, I remember we hit like 30,000 people and we kicked out 5,000. Then we hit 40,000 people and I kicked out 5,000. And we're about to hit like 43,000 again. And there's still like 100, 200 people a day coming in. But what I don't want is I don't want that spam experience again. So we reject like half the people that come in. And it's like, it's absolutely mind blowing. It's so cool. But I'm super happy that you're part of like the Ask Spam and the Butt group and all that shit.
I just want to say I am super stoked. Like this live is going to be for the people, not the people that have scaled and they know what to do. This is for the people that are like freaking struggling right now. Like I remember watching this and I'm like, oh my God, this guy hit 50K. Like I need to watch this. I'm like, if I can land a client for $500, I'd be freaking happy. So this live is for the people that are like under 5K. They're struggling. They want to give up. They want to pull their hair out. Yep. And I'm super stoked. I'm super excited.
Dude, I remember like when we were part of like Dan Henry's group and he did the star student interviews, and I got so much like level of enthusiasm, excitement, and like I could do this type feeling by watching the interviews. I was like, guys, that needs to be out in front. Like we need to make that available for everybody. And like I remember watching my first interview with like it was like Russell Brunson interviewing, so it was like, oh my God, like holy shit, they're real people. You know, you don't have this like celebrity experience.
That's the thing. When you realize that they're just real people, like we're all regular people. Maybe you're a bit different, maybe you're a superhero or whatever, but like we're all just regular people that like have been able to build this. And when you make that connection, you realize that, oh wait, if I get my shit together, I could also do this as well. You know, it starts with the belief as well.
Yep. And like what I discovered is that like if it's on your own, you're going to get like this far, but usually like this far ain't working in modern day digital terms, right? You need like a tribe of people, and you have to have that community conversation to fill in the gaps. Like Active Campaign is so stupidly confusing. And then you've got High Level and Zap, and you're like, oh my God. And then it doesn't work. So you immediately discount everything. And that's ultimately why we do this, for like moments like that you just said, like, yo, this is for like the everyday Joe. Like we got this. You can land like a client and they're going to be happy. Right? And you know what? The craziest part is like when you and I were talking yesterday, like I really had this like Me Too moment of like, that's probably the wrong term, but you know what I mean? Like Me Too, right? Wrong term.
I didn't do anything to him.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. But like my Me Too moment was like when you said, yo, man, it was my first client that screwed me over. He couldn't sell. And that derailed me for like 30, 60, 90 days, right? Yes. Like you run your first Facebook ad and you're like, oh my God, it works. And client goes like, I hate you, and hangs up the phone, right? Yeah. And it took me like 3 months to recover from that. And then I found my guy that could sell. And it was the same way with you. And I think that's like the missing piece in all this is like your client has to be ready and have their own shit together. And that's why I really dislike the curious student. That's why I think people need to pay you money first and stuff like that. But we ain't talking about that, right? Like we talk about you, and we're here to break some people's brains and show the world that it's possible. Because like, I don't know how many months ago, but you were watching this. You're like, if only I could. And now you got the chance to give.
Literally last summer, I was broke. Like I was really, really legitimately broke. Not poor. I was just broke. And I had literally zero money. June. So like, think about it. It's like 9 months now. I'm not even in. You know how fast time flies. Like this year is gonna end, and it's like, what are you gonna actually do something with it or not? You know?
Yep. Well, that's why we're here. I don't know, by the way, anything about your background other than the 5 minutes that we talked about like yesterday or something like that. And I know like there are people on here like, yo, Idris for president, shit like that. I'm super happy to see that. But like, can you give people like a background on like your experience what you were like up until when you said, "Hey, I'm gonna start landing clients, doing agency stuff." Like what was Idris pre butt group, Facebook ads, all that stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, right now I'm 23 years old, turning on 24. Um, dude, I was never good in high school. Like school, college, wasted 3 years kind of not doing anything because everybody's like, that's the way to go. And I'm like, okay. I ended up paying $20,000 for private school. $20,000 to become a freaking electrician because I had no idea what I wanted to do. And I'm
Yep.
like, well, I think $50,000 a year would be good,
Right.
and like I finished it, I graduated, and then literally I didn't even apply for an electrician because I'm like, by then I was also kind of doing dance thing, and I remember talking to a couple of people that were like in trade school, and I'm like, yo, I found this way that I can make $10,000. He's like, dude, you're insane, and we literally argued for like 3 months. He's like, there's no way somebody's gonna pay you $1,500. You sound like a complete scammer. And the truth is that I think also messes up with a lot of people because if you talk to 99% of people like outside of your laptop, to your family, to cousins, friends, nobody has
Yep.
any idea what the hell we're doing. It's kind of like almost really underground. And
Yep.
so you start to really doubt yourself as well because you're like, is Jeff really making $50,000 plus? Is this guy really closing deals every day? Like, there's not really like I can't sit down with you in front of you and be like, oh, this is actually legitimate. So once you
Yep.
can also make that switch, I think that's when because it's all about confidence. If you can believe in yourself and then you start believing in your product, and that just translates.
So what's crazy is like I go live in the IC and I do it an hour every day, and I'm doing all my qualification calls and all my follow-ups. And I've got like a go high level setup just like you have, but every day from
Yeah.
9 a.m. to 10, I'm doing all my qual calls, scheduling demos left and right. Right. Because I think it's like really important to be like, these are real numbers, even though most people don't believe them. Like if all you've ever bought are Honda Civics, there's no way you can charge $4,000 for a car. Ain't gonna happen. You have to have your brain broken in like Rolls Royce. So like you start off trade school, like I'm gonna be an electrician. I paid money for this, and one day you're like, nah, man, ain't gonna happen.
I was
What
like,
happened after that?
I think it was just like honestly like joining other people's community and interacting with other marketers, people that are successful. And then like my brain was just turning. I'm like, wait a second. So I'm gonna work a job that I don't like. I'm gonna break my back. I'm gonna risk getting shocked, electrocuted, and for what? For 50,000? What does that come out to? Like
Five,
$2,000,
right?
three. And then I'm like, wait. If I can close a client for $500 or $1,000, then like it just started clicking. I'm like, wait, what is going on here? Well, like, what's happening? Like, is this reality? Is this not
Who's
like
been lying to me saying this is a good
right?
idea? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, who the hell are you people? Like, I wish I didn't do it, but I think at the same time, I was so grateful that I went on this path and I started believing
Yeah.
because what I was grateful was I'm like, this is just going to be an experience. Like, I could have not believed in this, shut it down, say it's too good to be true, and become an electrician and just kind of live an average life. Now it's like, dude, I'm making over $10,000. And it's like it blows my mind still, and it blows other people's minds. So yeah, I finished electrician. I didn't even do it. I just applied for like a marketing job because I'm like, oh, that could be good as a cold caller. It was the worst job ever. They were like micromanaged. Like, you have to read the script, Idris. You cannot deviate from it, even a sentence. Because I was like trying to close the appointment. We were selling a website for like $300, and so we would have to transition that to the salesperson.
Mhm.
And we were calling people from like farmers from Texas that had like to create a website or something. And I'm like, he's like, well, I don't know if I want to do this. And I'm like, sir, trust me, blah, 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 blah. He's like, Idris, -1 point. You cannot deviate from the script. Follow the script, keep dialing 500 dials. And it was really, really miserable. But I kept through it, got fired from that job.
Yep.
And that was like my journey of just like trying to get jobs while trying to make this thing happen, being kind of broke. And then what happened was I got my first client. I started doing cold calls because I wasn't really sure like what to do. So I was kind of doing digital marketing on the side while trying to find a job, being super, super broke. Family's like, what are you doing? You finished graduating as an electrician. My
Dude,
girlfriend.
you have no idea. Like, I fucking lived your life. Okay. Like,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. Like, your family's giving you shit, and your girlfriend's like, are you a failure now or forever? Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I don't have the money for it. I have $20,000 of debt. I'm like doubting myself if this is even true, if this is real. And like looking back on it, like I'm really, really grateful for everything. I honestly wouldn't change anything because it makes you who you are. If you don't have any struggles, if you don't have any pain, then like the reward is not going to be worth it either.
Yep.
So went through all that. Then that's when I like once I got my first client, we did terrible. So
Yeah.
this is what I was talking to you about yesterday. So I got my first client, super happy. He paid me $1,000, and I'm like, I did it.
I did it, Mom. I'm
I
amazing.
I was so happy for like a month. Like I'm not even kidding. I'm like, I made $1,000. You know, like this would take me 10 hours of work to do or 20 hours of work to do. You know, so got him. He was a personal trainer. I got him really good results actually. Like most people in the groups are like, well, you know, we got this person 150 leads, and then the next day he fired me. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, dude.
Same thing happened with me. This was such a headache of a client. We didn't like, I didn't know how to manage a client expectation, making sure he does his job. I'm just like, well, my job is to generate the lead. You're on your own, buddy. If you don't do it, this is your fault, not
Yep.
mine. So he was just like, dude, Idris, the leads are not good. The leads are not paying. This is trash. He was used to just like referrals. He didn't. That was all he was used to. So he's like, "What the hell is this person? He doesn't even. He's not even interested." Lost so much confidence, and I was just like, "Man, this is freaking rough. This is tough. I'm still broke. I'm still kind of trying to do this." I landed a couple clients, but then I was in kind of like that struggle that I think 90% of people are, where it's like they kind of got one or two clients here or there. They're kind of working a job. They're not really sure like what is the proper way to do an outreach, how to scale. But that was kind of like the start that I had.
Yeah. So how did you get your first client again? But you cold called him and saying, "Hey, you should pay me money." So what was that conversation like? It was like, "Hey, we're gonna get you leads. Hey, we're gonna make you $1,000,000. You want like the best business in the world." Like, so like, what was it like trying to get him to pay you money through a cold call?
I was well, like the first thing that you should be doing at the cold call is you should never be trying to like get money from them. The whole point of a cold call is to book the appointment with them, you
Yep.
know. So
Yep.
I was the one thing about me is like I will fail, but I won't give up, you know. So like I was doing a lot of calls a day, and
Yep.
that's what's also made me become just how to speak better to people, how to think on your feet. Like I think everybody should like do a bit of cold calling a day just to like get themselves humbled, get themselves sharpened, because people are, dude, it's brutal out there, man. It's insane. Like, but yeah, I called him. He was a really nice guy. He's like, yeah, we can definitely meet down. I had some presentation I made up for him. I don't even know what I talked about, but at the end of it, he's just like, I'm not sure if I want to do this. I kept pushing and kept pushing. He's like, you know what? I have to think about it. I can't make a decision today. I'm like, all right, no worries. Next day, he literally sends me an email of like basically all the objections. Well, I would really like to go forward with you, but this is my problem. So I looked at that
Right.
like, okay, if I'm able to answer all these questions, make it right for him. He's a client, did that, emailed him. He's like, okay, let's do this. Let's start this. And then that's how I got my first client, $1,000.
That's so cool. And so you made the fatal mistake of the first client problems, which is your first client is probably your worst client. Like you just have to know it. You just have to understand it. Like you just got to get it out of the way. Like the first car you're going to drive, you're never going to want to drive again. Great memories, worst experience, right? And that's the same thing that happened to you. But there's a really good bullet point that says like, hey, you found your first client and then you made somebody 40 G's, right?
Yes.
But that wasn't your first client, right?
No.
Who was that?
This guy. So, but before we hop on that, I want to say one thing about the failing part. Dude, I think a lot of people are terrified of failing and failure in general. But I'm like, dude, if you can fail 100 times a day, you're going to come out so much ahead as long as you don't have your head in your ass. Like, you got to learn from your failures. Like, succeeding is not going to really do anything. It's just a confidence boost. If you can fail every day in a different way and learn from it, you're going to come out much more ahead.
It blows my mind that like the unfair expectations that people have on their bodies and their brains and themselves. Like it would be insane for me to be like, hey, I went to the gym once and I didn't get a six pack and this is stupid. I'm never going again. That's right. Like that's stupid. Like there's no way. Like, hey guys, so like I just got my driver's permit and I crashed my Ferrari. Like, what are you doing with a Ferrari? Right? Like there's no reason for it. It's the same way with agency stuff. Like you will not land your first client on your first pitch. Just accept that. You have to do 5 or 6 or 7 demos. Depending upon the niche and the pitch deck and the ads, like you just got to do 5 or 6. And that's the narrative I've always had with people that like want to start their agency journey. It's like, hey man, I'm super psyched for you, but like you're gonna have to do 5 or 6. And if you get up on the first one, like this ain't the business for you, right?
Yeah, you can't take it emotionally. Like you got to take the emotions out. As soon as you take it personal, now you're going down a really bad path, which I did as well. Like I'm not saying nobody's perfect, but like these are just like the tips that I went through that I wish somebody kind of like hammered into my head. Like you cannot treat it as a game. Okay, the worst thing that's gonna happen is somebody says no.
Yeah.
Next thing is the worst thing that's going to happen. Somebody says yes, and you bomb them and you fire them, and you never have to talk to them again. Like each client should be like, all right, these were the mistakes I made. Next client, now I'm a better company. I'm a better human being. You know,
I did a demo earlier today, and the guy's like, I don't got $2,000 to spend in marketing, and I'm like, okay, no big deal. See you later. Bye. Like, it's not like a big deal. Like this person, like there's a small one person shop. They never spent money on it before. They got like 15 or so recurring clients. Like they ain't going to get more. Right. And so now I'm going, all right, maybe I should fix that on the qualifying call, right? Like minimum of 30 or 40 paying clients a month, but whatever, dude. So like, all right, you do your first client, you get your first experience lead gen, everything bombs. It's your second client that matters, right? Like, so what happened with like your second client?
Yeah, so kept cold calling gyms. I kind of stuck to one niche because, you know, I kind of liked it, whatnot. Kept calling. I finally got this guy called Peter. And actually, the funny part I didn't even mention to you is I had made a list of all the gyms and whatnot. And I saw his website. He had the kind of like a ClickFunnels website. He had, he was running ads. He had like a kind of like an ebook, a webinar. I'm like, holy smokes, this guy's ahead, you know? And I'm not kidding. Yeah, he looked kind of like a really like this guy knows what he's doing. He's not gonna take shit, you know. So I'm like, I didn't even message him. I went through my list. I'm like, he's not gonna. He already has it. He's running ads. Didn't message him. And messaged the other people that didn't have a website or they weren't running ads. And it turns out that, dude, the people that are running stuff most of the time are really open to new ideas because they know what's going on. Like the person that doesn't have a website, they're gonna be like, what, Facebook? I do Facebook posting myself. Why do I need to pay you $1,000? So I finally decided to call him. Super nice guy. We literally had a conversation. I'm like, listen, I saw your website. I saw you running ads. I really believe that I can help you. And he's like, okay, awesome. Well, I'm like, can we set a meeting? He's like, yeah, let's do it.
He's asking you like, all right, let's do a meeting. Like, what's the problem?
Literally. And then because he respected just me calling him. And so I booked a meeting with him the next day or 2 days later. And we sat down. I gave him an amazing presentation. He's like, dude, I freaking love it. Let's get started. So closed him there. Super happy. So that's one lesson. Like, stop saying no for yourself. I think that's what a lot of the times, like, we make excuses or barriers. Put yourself out there. Let other people say no. Learn from it rather than like, you know, stopping yourself. Because like right now, dude, like I speak to so many marketers and like they create problems for themselves. Well, I don't know. I don't have any local area leads. I don't know if I can. I mean, just do it, dude. Like, why are you blocking yourself before it's even
You don't
happening?
understand. My high level isn't set up perfectly. I haven't done all my soap opera sequences, my retargeting. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm literally building out my perfect client follow-up system, which is what I'm calling like all my fun stuff on the back end. And it's one step at a time, like one pipeline at a time. Like, I'm not waiting until this thing is built perfectly to bring clients. I won't know if it works. Like, what if it doesn't work, right? So I'm like, yo guys, this is in beta. You're going to love it. When it's finished, I'm looking for some first-time clients. Are you in, right? Like, there's no reason for anybody watching this, for those people, your brains, your internal coach, your internal self-talk to tell you no. Do yourself a favor. Let your client tell you no, okay? It's just so much easier that way. So you cold call him, and you're like, oh my God, this is awesome. He says, let's set a meeting, and you do your whole song and dance, right? Like, did you have like a pitch deck, or did you just like hey, why pay me money?
I kind of had like a presentation thing built up. I showed him how many leads I got for the other client. So that's another lesson. Don't think that just because you bombed for one client, like, dude, you can use that. You don't need to tell the person. Actually, I think I even told him like this client couldn't call for shit after we did well. He's like, dude, that's insane. This guy was a gangster at sales. Like, he was literally a shark. He was hungry for money. And so now like I can already know if somebody's good or not, like if they're going to be a good client, just because the thing is, if they're not good at sales, they're going to blame your marketing for it. You know? So it's like, I already know if they're a good client or not. He was amazing. He literally closed like literally $40,000 in 1 month, dude, because he was doing personal training and he would sell 3, 6, 12 months packages. And it was insane, dude. It was insane.
So like, it's the same. Was it the same campaign, or you just leveraged that results into a new campaign with a new client?
It was the exact same campaign. We're running a free personal training session,
right,
dude. And then he just freaking killed it, dude. He killed it. And we also spent more money because he knew about marketing. Like, he's not gonna be like, oh, I gotta spend $2,000. Everything's just aligned perfectly. He was amazing. I was getting him really, really good leads for really cheap. And as soon as the lead came in, he knew how to book them in, and he knew how to close them in after. And so it was just clockwork.
Beautiful. So your break my brain moment was, oh my God, it's not me, it's my client that's the problem. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you thought, oh my God, everything is horrible. This can never work. And here's proof. And I'm so horrible. You gave it one more shot. It's not the first client that makes or breaks your career. It's your second client that makes or breaks your career. And like the weirdest part, and this is why I use like doctor, lawyers, accountants, like all this stuff, like no plastic surgeon's like, you know what? It's definitely me. Like they don't say that. Like no plastic surgeon who went through like all this training, all this experience, like, you know what? You're right, it's me. They're like, no, it's obviously you. Like it works for everybody else. You're the problem. Like that's what doctors say. And I think we have to have the same approach and actively prove to our clients that our stuff works. So you take the results, this thing worked. Most people would have given up, be like, oh, this ain't gonna work, go back to school or whatever, like a life of failure. Like, you know, that analogy about like mosquitoes that hit like the glass ceiling, they never go beyond that type thing. You go to a new client, same results. He's like landing deals like a shark, makes 40 grand. And then you got like 8 more deals because of it. Like, how did you do that?
Yeah, so we became really good friends. I even gave him a bit of a discount. He started trading me, and he was also like a physiotherapist. He was working on my back because I had issues, and so like we became like he's like my friend. Like we became really really tight. Like I don't like see him as a client anymore just because like he was the original. He knew that I could scale him, and I knew that I could use him. So I got his testimonial where he's like, dude, Idris is the freaking man. He is the god. He made us $40,000. The blah blah. Like if you had to pay an actor, Peter's testimonial would still be better. So I was like, I made it. I'm done. I did it. So I took that. I started blasting it like hell. And just like anytime I would have an appointment with a gym owner, I'd be like $40,000, and they would be like, okay, blah, 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 that's good. But it would still not, like, I wasn't good at sales. I didn't have all the systems or the amazing presentation. I just kind of had heart. And I was like, listen, this works. At the end of it, one client, we had an hour meeting. He's like, I'm not sure. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's go to my client's page. Here's his number. I'm going to give him a call and just talk to him. I literally have nothing to hide. Please talk to him. And I told Peter, I'm like, Peter, is it okay if I like give you a couple of like people? I might have a couple of meetings lined up this week. If you could just talk to them. He's like 100%. He freaking like sold it for me. The guy, I closed him, and it was just a compound effect. Like I just started closing deals.
It's so cool. Wait, so your current client, sorry for yawning, I've had a long day. I've done like 3 demos, right? So your current client is like, yo, man, I like you so much. You should ask me to help you more. And you're like, yo, you want to help me close some deals? And he said, yes. So while you're pitching clients who are giving you objections, you call your client and you're like, hey, is this making you money? Do you like it? Should this guy pay me money? And your client says yes.
Yeah. He's like, because he was just like, he was happy to help out, and he was like super happy. So that's one thing I would suggest to like newbies is like find a really good client. And you might be like, well, how do I find a good client? You got to keep failing until you do it. Like, there's no secret sauce. Find somebody that you really connect with, help them out. Hey, even if you have to do that at a really big discount, but like that they're your guy to go. That'll help you at least close 5-6 deals, and then you don't have to rely on them anymore after that. But that was what like got me off, that was what like helped me, survive a bit. So that was kind of like when I really started to like, get the ball rolling.
Yeah. Like it was proof that this could be bigger than what you thought.
Yeah. Like that's when my eyes opened. I'm like, okay, so now I got 2 clients. I got 3 clients. I'm making, like $4,000, $5,000, which was insane to me because I'm just like, that's one thing we didn't talk about. Like before that though, like how I got fired from my actual my job. So just to kind of wind back, like when I was struggling through this whole time, I literally got fired from my job. No, sorry. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Enough is enough. I'm making excuses. I left my FedEx job. I just walked out in the middle of training.
Right? Yeah.
After 30 days, they were paying me for 30 days of training. On the last one, I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna become a full-time marketer. I told the lady next to me, I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. She said, what do you mean? You're not leaving. Stop. I mean, no, I'm leaving. I'm starting my own business. Walked out. I was super nervous, super excited, started calling people, and it literally fell flat. Now I'm even more broke, struggling for 3 months, trying to make this happen, have no more money. I get super desperate, find a minimum wage job, get fired from that 2 weeks after. And then this is when everything I just told you just kind of started to happen. So it's just like, you really only need 1, 2, 3 wins for everything to really make it worth it. But you got to keep pushing forward for it to happen. Because now it's like, I don't even remember that. You know what I mean? I'm just at a new place. I leveled up, but you got to keep trying.
Yep. That's about right. So how did you get these other 8 more deals? Were you still cold calling? Were you like running ads? Like how did you go from your second client to your 8th client? You know what I mean?
I gotta give a shout out to my man James King. He
James
was
King Baskin, what's
James
up?
King Baskin is a legend. I got but it was also thanks to you because you did like $100 deal or it was something like that. And he was
Yeah,
like, I'll hop on a call with somebody for free or for $100. I don't remember if it was free or it was 100. It was really, I think it was really, really cheap. Anyways, I got on a
yeah,
call with him. I'm just like, I've been seeing this guy. He looks kind of cool. I didn't think anything of him. I got on a call with him and he blew my mind. I'm like, holy shit, organic marketing. Like I could do this. I could do a post and hide it. And then that's when I also realized, man, there's people out there that are not even way smarter than me, but that are like they've already done what I'm doing. You know what I
yep,
mean? They've done it 2 years ago, 6 months
yep,
ago. They can literally be like, here's your problem, here's your problem, here's your problem, here's your problem. Stop thinking about it and go do it. You know what I mean?
yep,
That's when I'm like, whoa, mentors actually work. It's not like a
yep.
fake thing, you know? So he helped me like with my organic, and that's when I started plastering. Like I work with gyms. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I
Wait,
work with
was this like 3 or 4 months ago?
yeah.
Dude, was this when James was in Miami?
I don't know. I think so.
Dude,
I
I think
think
we talked about you. He was in Miami. He was like, hey man, I think that like on the $97 thread, I got this guy like hit me up, and I was like,
yes. I think it was because he was like I had a call with Jeff Miller. He was amazing, and then I talked to
yeah,
him. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so fucking funny. That's awesome. All right, so you talk to James, he breaks your brain again, and then you start doing, you said organic marketing. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just started like I was still doing kind of my cold callings. I didn't
Yeah.
stop doing that. I was still generating actually quite a bit of appointments because I was like 40K, 40K. Let me just show you what I need to do. Please, whatever. I'll just kind of like with cold calling, you just kind of need to like I don't know, it sounds kind of stupid. You kind of need to just hustle it out and like be enthusiastic because everybody sounds like a robot.
Yeah.
But plus with the like I had his testimonial to 40,000. I started having a couple of more. And then I literally started adding people on Facebook and I was having people that I got one guy from Dubai. He
Yep.
was like, he sent me a 2 minute voice message. I never met
Yeah.
him. I never talked to him. He wasn't even liking my post. He sent me a 2 minute message. He's like, yo, Idris, I love your stuff. This is amazing. This is my story. Blah, 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 blah. I want to, he was literally like, I want to, like, how much does it cost? Whatever amount it costs, I want to start paying you.
Yeah.
And he literally just closed himself. Like, I didn't do anything. We booked a call.
Perfect.
And I started talking about Facebook. He said, dude, it's okay. You don't even need to explain any of this to me. Like, I trust you. How much is it? Let's get started.
Yeah.
And it just, dude, I literally had people coming to me. I got one guy from India as well. He was just like, same story. I had a couple of people from Australia, and it's just like as well as I started adding the flags on my profile. And so when somebody from Australia or New Zealand or Dubai saw that, they'll be like, oh my god, okay, this guy works internationally and he works with gyms. He can
Dude,
help me.
how old are you? 23 now?
Yeah,
You're 23, got an international marketing agency with global fucking clients.
yeah.
Well done. Like that's so
Dude,
awesome.
it just happened. Like I don't even know how to explain it. But yeah, so I started closing deals like that. And so I think like one of the biggest things is like people are like, well, I only have like 5 gyms around my area, or only have this many realtors. I'm like, dude, the whole point of online marketing is you can work with anybody in the whole freaking world. It's like
Yep.
I don't need I can have there's like millions of gyms worldwide that I can work with. So that's how I started. It just kept going. It just kept going. And also I would have Peter sometimes still helping me close the deals if I needed to be. Or I was so confident. I'm like, listen, they would give me like a crappy little objection. And then I'd be like, listen, if you want, please talk to my client. Like,
Yeah.
and then they're like, okay, no, it's okay. I don't need to talk to them. Like, I believe
I
you,
love that. No, please talk to my client. Like
Yeah,
just talk to him. You're gonna fucking
yeah.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had 2 people like that after that were just like gangsters at sales. I have
Yeah.
another guy make like 30,000 as well. So I had 2 people. I'm like, if you want to talk to them, they're right here. You
Yeah.
can like any questions you want. I have nothing to hide. This is legitimate. And that's when I started believing in myself as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this stuff works. So it's like if we work together, I'm 100% confident. If you have your shit together,
Yeah.
that I can genuinely help you change your business. That's when it just started clicking.
That's like the biggest, I think, like brain bullshit. Like we just have to get over that hurdle. Like our first client is the worst. They're always gonna say we're not good enough. And
Yeah.
then one day, one guy's like, yo, man, of course it worked. Like it's no big deal. And you're like, oh my God, like what? What do you mean
Yeah.
it worked? Huh? Like my guy, like you have your Peter, I have my Oliver. Right. Like
Okay.
Oliver was my bike shop. He went from 1 bike shop to 4 locations. We were doing like $98,000 a month. He would call me up and be like, yo, man, another like millionaire from like, I don't know where it came in, bought like $30,000 worth of bikes. And I'm like, What? I mean, yeah, of
Yeah.
course it worked. Yeah, I mean, that's how it's supposed to happen, right? Like it blows my mind. It's supposed to break your brain. This stuff works, but the weirdest part is like it only works if your client does the work, right?
Yeah.
And when you got a great client that believes in what you're doing, that has proof, and you got other clients to back it up, like all of a sudden it breaks their brain and you're winning. But I'll tell you what, let's migrate to like point number 2, which is what really got my attention because you sent me one of those PMs that you're not supposed to. And
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
I
this
broke the rule.
I know, oh God, right? I have it because I got like 99 PM today. I'm like, guys, I need
You're
a
gonna
break,
get so
right?
many PMs now. Everybody's
I
gonna
know
start
it's
DMing
exhausting.
you.
It's like guys, like I need a break. I'm focusing on my agency. Thank you very much, right? But look, like in your Loom video, which we're not talking about now, but like in your Loom video, you're like, yo, Jeff, I think I've cracked the code on how to turn like low quality leads into people that have paid, and then they talk to my client. And like one of the running philosophies that I think most agencies miss out on is like once somebody pays you money, it's much easier to get them to pay you more money. Like going from $0 to dollars is hard, but small dollars to big dollars is easy. And you crack that code, right? So like the bullet points is like the right way to turn a low quality lead into a prepaid wallet out customer that's ready to spend money. Idris, what the hell does that
mean? Yeah. Well, again, a bit of success to Peter because he's like, dude, whatever you want to try out with marketing, whatever you want to do, I got you. Just do it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I got to make sure. Like he was like basically that's another thing. If you can find someone that like you can just test stuff out for the market, that is extremely valuable because because if you have a client that like they have a $500 ad budget and you can't do anything other than like try to get them as much good results. But if you have a client that's like, yeah, dude, go spend $1,000 and like try out this new offer, try this out, try this system. What if we auto book? What if we try to prepay? Like that's a lot of dude. That's like if I get it right for him, now I can launch it over to everybody else. So what we're doing is, especially right now with the whole pandemic and everything is locked down, like we're getting people in for a free ebook. Yeah. And then we're upselling them with a $27 low ticket. It doesn't even need to be 27. It could be $7 workout program that they can do at home with accountability, added to a Facebook group. And it's happening on autopilot all through Go High Level and Stripe. And what's happening now is we're generating leads for like 30 cents, 55 cents, $1. But my client he can't call 100 leads because or like 60 leads. We were generating like 60 leads a day. It's impossible for him to call all those leads. So I'm like, there needs to be a filter before he can talk to those people, And so that's when we created a low ticket offer because I'm like, wait, nobody's really doing this for gyms. Like just a low ticket offer that people can automatically go right away after that. So that's when we started getting like 5-10 people to buy for like whether it's $27, $7, $14, just to open up your wallet. Yeah. And just being like, hey, here's a little bit of money. And that's when you would start calling those people and start upselling it. Just finding like a low ticket item that you can have on autopilot and start testing out, I think is going to be the biggest key. And your client literally can't say anything. Like you're having people pay them on autopilot, it's just like it's game over.
They're just getting deposits. What are you complaining about? Why would you fire me? Like you're literally getting daily deposits in your bank account. This is stupid, right?
It covers ad spend as well. Because when you're getting $27, like it's basically covering the whole day.
Yo, the free gym client system or whatever the hell. Like that's nuts, right? Like get clients for free. So if I understand correctly, like the biggest mistake, or not the biggest mistake, but one of the frustrations I've always had with like my first client was like, hey, here's a boatload of leads, good luck. Super low quality. They want something free or a discount or something like that. And you're saying, no. I don't want you calling those people. What I want you to do is I want you to call the people who have already spent money with you. Yeah. They're going to get a free book, lead magnet, whatever it is. And then if they spent the $27 to get the at-home workout, accountability group, join the Facebook group, having a good time, then you're going to call them and have a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Did you have opportunities for this lead to spend more money, or was that it?
No, they had the opportunity to get another upsell for live classes for $129, I believe. It was $127. And they also had the opportunity to directly book a call with the gym owner. So he didn't always have to call them. They could just directly book themselves in and have an orientation, a 30-minute orientation or whatever. So that's kind of like because I'm always like, how can I got obsessed with like, how can I get my clients the best results ever? Because I realized that it's not even that sometimes clients are shitty. It's just like they have too many shit going on. Like they can't, it's just hard. You know what I mean? It's hard calling a lead, even if it's generated or qualified, because like calling them and then it's gone and you got to follow up with them. Now I got 2 more leads. I got my employee that's skipping. It's just like 100 different things going on. Right. And we can't expect them to be perfect. So if I'm like, if I can like do like 90% of the work, I just become more valuable. They're gonna pay me more money and they're gonna keep staying with me. So I just started testing and finding creative offers, as well
Yeah.
as speaking to my clients that got their shit together, because they give you like, they're the actual experts in their industry. So they can give you like, a lot of insight that you wouldn't think as a marketer, and then combining both
Yep.
together, I think, is the key. Like working with my
So one of
clients,
the
that's what I do. I work with my clients together.
Yeah. How crazy is that? Oh my God, working with
Right.
your clients? Like that just
Yeah.
sounds absolutely insane. So if I understand correctly, free ebook 27, 129, and then hey, did you want to book a time? Were you giving your end client a script for that end customer conversation? Was there a goal, or was that like
The
that's
goal,
the money making part, right?
no, the goal was after the 129. So, for example, John signed up for the weekly live classes at 129.
Yeah.
And also, we have a transition where that 129 that they pay can be applied as a credit towards their gym membership. So, we're automatically getting them to come, as well as the original lead magnet where we give them a free session. So, they're going to be like, whoa, I get to. I don't have to gain 100 pounds during this quarantine. I can actually get accountability. Can I
Yep.
actually maybe lose a few pounds, and then I can use that as a gym membership. So now John, who's been doing the weekly live classes for 2 weeks, he's loving it. He's like, Peter, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to come to the gym when all this is open. Peter's gonna be like, hey John, listen, we're gonna open up in 30 days or 60 days. Our normal program is, $2,000 for 3 months. What I can do for you right now is I will give it to you at 30% off.
Yep.
40% off. You just prepaid for it. So now Peter is closing people for $500 while his gym is in complete lockdown.
And now he doesn't have to worry about, now that it's open, how do I get customers? You already got customers coming in, right?
He's already got his current members. He's got new members. He's got people that have paid, whether it's 129, 27, and then he's got like 500 to 1,000 local ebook leads that we're obviously going to target and blast through Go High Level. Everything is tracked as well.
Fucking beautiful, dude. Like that is probably the most superior way of getting your client the intended result. Because I've talked about this on like other lunch and learns, like the offer treadmill. Like 2 years ago, like leads were okay. Now it's customer opportunities, but that's really 6 months ago. Then it's like prepaid appointment or like pre-booked appointments. Like somebody hit your calendar for this time and they show up. Now it's prepaid appointments. And that's what you're delivering. You're delivering people that have paid money once or twice. They're already in your world. They're already part of the group. And now you're on the phone with them. And you just got to follow the script and give them a discount for your $2,000 thing. If they buy now, it's only $1,000 for 3 months or something like that. Well done, dude. Absolutely fantastic. I do want to say James King Bastian is now on the live. I guess we yelled through the internet so much. James, Idris giving you mad props and mad credit for breaking his brain and saying, holy shit, it's possible. James, well done.
I send him once a month a message. And James, thank you so much. You really helped me out since that one call. And he's always like, dude, you're the nicest person ever. I'm like, no, you're nice. You've helped me. So
that's so awesome. I'm super happy to hear that. Ask Fam United, right? The third bullet point is the 3 secrets to keeping 90% of your clients during industry-wide lockdown. And this has been the most interesting part of the quarantine. Your clients are going to leave you. Like they're gone, right? They're not making any money. They can't make money. They're freaking out. They got bills to pay, rent. PPP is coming in or it's not. And like my chiropractor's like, look, dude, we're done. My car wash guy, we're done. Bike shop, like we're done. Like everything's on freeze. But you're coming in saying, no, you can still do it. And you did an offer switch or something like that. I'm not really sure. So like, what are your secrets to keeping your client 90% of the time, even when everything is like shut, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we do have to be realistic. Like I'm in the gym niche fitness. So it's like, if you have an opportunity to still have your clients running, it's gonna work out. And the second thing is that, well, right now, right, for my clients, how I keep them is, you got to understand what their main motives are. Their main motives are not financial freedom anymore, like we usually pitch as marketers, right? We're going to make you thousands of dollars. It's financial security. Businesses don't want to lose 15 years of hard work that they've been doing. They have clients canceled. They've never done this before. And so if you can create a solution right now for them, not only are they gonna pay you money, they're gonna love you forever, and you literally are irreplaceable. So my first thing was, how can I make sure that my clients can keep their clients? Because if they can keep their clients, then now I can keep them as a client. So it's like, how can I provide as much value to them? Because they were getting people that are like if the gym is in lockdown, like we can't run anymore, you know?
Yep.
And I'm like, well, you know, they have people canceling, they have people pausing. And so I literally have to like come up with a solution aggressively because
Yeah.
now, because I had my clients pausing. So I'm like, okay, I need to come up with a solution because we don't know how long this is going to last. And if I can
Yeah.
help them during the worst time ever, they're going to love me through everything else, you know. So that's when we came up with the Facebook paid group. That's when we came up with, let's start doing live virtual classes, right? Not just the Facebook or Instagram live, like actually interacting with them, holding them accountable, because your clients that have paused, like for a gym, they're still your members. They can't come. It's not like they're going to another gym or
Right.
they're like, I'm going to start doing yoga. They're trapped at home. They have no other solution. So if you can bring a solution to them, then they're going to keep paying you. And if you as a marketer can bring a solution to your client, then they're going to keep paying you. It's just a time where you got to get scrappy, you got to innovate, and you can't give up, because what is the other option? Just not doing anything,
Right.
you know? So that's what we started doing. That's the first thing, helping your clients be able to retain their clients. So you need to find a solution to be able to do that if your niche allows you to do it.
Yeah.
And then the second thing was running the running this whole pandemic system where we're generating the ebooks, we're generating, you know, $27,
Love that. The
$129.
pandemic system. Well
That's what I call it.
done.
A bit of branding. But
Yeah.
because because there's two types of businesses. There's the ones that are like, holy shit, the world is ending, we're going bankrupt, we're not responding to any messages, everybody's clients. And then there's people like Peter and Devin that are like, dude, this is an amazing opportunity, like let's do something, I don't know what it is. And then when I come up with this solution, they're like, heck yeah, let's do it, let's run it, you know. Obviously I'm running it at a bit of a discount for them to be able to still help them out, but like they're eating it up, and they're also really relaxed. They're not like, oh my god, this isn't working. They're like, let's keep finding a solution, let's keep doing something, because we need to be doing something right now. So that's kind of like what we're doing and the way that we're headed.
Well done, dude. I want to take a side note, by the way. Idris, you're open to the idea of a masterclass, right? Like you went through that part of like the butt funnel, like you're okay with that idea, right?
100%. I think, dude, now is just a time to be able to help people out, and I think marketers more than ever need it.
Hey guys, if you want Idris to do a masterclass, if we had a critical mass of people, Idris is up for it. I'm up for it, but only if we have enough people doing it. If we get 40 people hashtagging the pandemic system, Idris and I will do a paid masterclass. We're going to show you everything. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be well with the price of a ticket. This is just a survey and things like that. If we don't get the 40 or 50 that we need, we're not going to do it. If you want Idris to do a paid masterclass on his pandemic system, just hashtag the pandemic system, and we'll take account and see what happens. So if I understand correctly, it's having a paid Facebook group, right? Understanding that your client can do an offer switch, and ultimately doing something that's going to save somebody's business and serving people at a higher level. And if I'm to take your ideas at heart, that means my chiropractor can do a stretching and health routine PDF and a video series and a Facebook group and accountability and one-on-one mentorship. Like that whole Russell Brunson value ladder is just a different way of delivering health for a chiropractor who can then sell other stuff. If the chiropractor just really sees his business as like people have to come in, you have to break their brain and show them something different. Be like, no, we can do this shit online, and you'll probably have higher margins and happier clients. And now you're not serving one person at a time, but 5 or 10 in a stretching class that everybody's going to love you for. So something like that kind of idea, right?
Yeah, because the way I tell my clients is like, listen, and they know it, we're going to open back up. So do you want to start back from scratch? All your clients are gone. You have no leads. Your pipeline is dry as all hell. Or do you want to be able to keep 75% of your members, still get new members, have a crap ton of people that have paid, and have over 2,000 local leads, because Facebook ads are on sale right now. Your clients have disappeared. Your competition is gone. They don't know what they're doing. This is the time to move forward. And the second thing I tell them is, well, it's like, well, what if my client doesn't have a course, or what if you don't have an ebook? Dude, what are you doing? This is the best time to build that, because we're always interconnecting it with real life, because things are going to go back to normal. So I tell my clients, listen, we're not doing this in vain. This ebook that you have, this private Facebook group that you have, this course that you have, when somebody comes in and if they can't afford it, well, guess what? You have a downsell. If they're too far, you have a downsell. If they go to your gym, they go to a regular gym where it's like, okay, I come in, I work out, I get out, and then they come to your gym and you're like, well, listen, the workout doesn't end here, right? We want to give you accountability. We're going to give you a paid Facebook group. We're going to give you workouts, blah, 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 blah. Now you can even raise your price, and you've effectively beat the competition, because you have digital assets that you can use to sell the client. So they're 100% on board with it.
And now your market isn't just the people that live, work, and play in and outside of rush hour in a 15-mile radius.
Exactly.
Now your serviceable zone is the internet. And you don't have to be like the best chiropractor or gym owner in the world anymore. You just have to solve someone's problem. And when you solve somebody's problem, a lot of people end up paying you money real fast.
And another thing is, sorry to cut you off, is like when this opens back up, a lot of the population are not going to still be comfortable, going to a gym or going to a chiropractor or even going outside because they're like, we should still stay home. So when we're generating regular leads, we're not going to be like, oh, this guy doesn't want to come. No, we have an actual offer, right? We have a digital course. We're still running that, so it's like it's not gonna. It's doing a hybrid of both together to make sure that we capitalize and we're not losing any leads.
So the marketer in my brain is going, I could sell this system to my chiropractor or gyms for $10,000 and get them more excited about this than $1,000 or $1,500 a month maintenance fee for Facebook ads. Like that, having a value ladder digital product, Facebook group accountability, reliable income sounds so much more tantalizing than me saying, hey, would you like to be stuck with me for $1,500 a month and then I'll hate you for it, right? Like that just sounds such like a better offer and a better value add. So I do want to say, if you're interested in like doing a masterclass, just hashtag pandemic system, and Idris and I will take account and then we'll take it from there. The next bullet point is the number one thing that took you struggling for 2 years to rocket shipping your agency's growth. What's that number one thing for you?
Okay, so let me kind of break your mind. I think a lot of people, they're looking for that secret, right? They're looking for that number one thing, that 3 secrets that most people don't know. The truth is, there are no secrets, guys. I'm a regular person. Jeff is a superhero, whatever. But like, we're all regular people. I think the biggest thing that shifted in my head was my mindset and my belief that I can do this. Even as cheesy as that sounds, it's like if you don't 100% believe that you can do this, ask yourself, why is it, right? Well, is it because I had one guy I was talking to yesterday. He was like, well, I'm not good at phone sales. I'm not good at sales. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to create like a master class where people can watch it, and then like after that, I'm just like, the arrow is straight and you're trying to go all the way around, avoiding the hard work. I think the biggest thing that people don't understand is getting to 0 to 5K or getting 0 to 10K is very, very simple, but it's hard. It's hard, right? So when they realize that, oh man, this is hard, I'm getting rejected, they think there's an easier way out there. It's not. It's simple but hard. Obviously, going past 10K and systems and all that, it starts to get complex, and you need more strategies, you need more everything like that. But if you're not breaking 5 or 10K, it's just because you're not failing enough, and you're not failing and you're not learning enough. Like if you're not confident with your results, well, dude, like keep practicing, get better at Facebook ads. It's not that complicated. Like all the solutions are all out there. You just need to keep trying. You need to understand that, and also just taking out the emotions out of it. If you look at yourself as like a video game where it's like, okay, my sales level is 1, my marketing is 2. Like once you get to 5, now you're going to start closing clients. Now you're going to start making money. So I think that's like the biggest shift. It's just like working on myself and understanding that, and just continually getting better and better and learning from my mistakes until I finally do it. Because the more mistakes I make, the better experiences I get. And now I have evolved from 6 months ago when I was afraid to make a mistake. Now I'm like, I challenge myself to make new mistakes because it's new experiences, and I'm just continually getting better and better and better. Each new client I have, I'm a better marketer, I have a better company, and I can better serve them. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's just like starting that path.
Absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gents, we got 12 minutes until we bring this interview to an end. If you've got any questions for Idris, now is the time. Otherwise, we're going to bring this to a close because this is my time and Idris's time specifically devoted to moving you forward, just like somebody did for Idris and somebody did for me. So if you have any questions out of time, we'll specifically answer it. But to just kind of summarize, Idris, I think the biggest learning that I'm taking away from this is the fact that it's not your first client that makes or breaks you, it's your second client. And 9 times out of 10, your client's inability to sell will actually derail your campaign. Right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. And the coolest part that I heard about all this is like your pandemic system of saying, hey, we're going to take a real life human being, get them to sign up for your book, which we're going to do for you. And then we're going to get them interested in paying you $27 or $37 for a Facebook group, which we're going to manage for you. And then they're going to pay an extra $127 to do live calls and live exercises and live
that you
stretching.
can scale because you're not holding gym space, or it's not costing you more time to add on 10, 20, 30 people.
Correct.
Exactly.
Which we will all show you how to do. And then we're going to get them on the phone with you. They're going to schedule on your calendar. You're not calling them, they're calling you, and you got to stick with the script and give them a discount based upon a 90-day package program. Mr. Johnson, this is literally a dream scenario. You're being paid every month. Then they're paying you more money, and then they're calling you to pay you money again. Yeah. Don't you want to buy this? How cool is that?
Yeah, and the good part is once you have this, you can effectively unlock all of your clients, right? If all your clients are stopped, and the second part is I can still go out there right now and get new gym clients. You know what I mean? Because like nobody's reaching out to them, and nobody's offering a solution. You know, so
that's like the funniest part. You can see how like my camera's reversed. I fucking took my hair the other way. Like that's like the weirdest part is like there's still money being made. It's just the offer has switched. Like you look at American Airlines and Delta, they're switching from passengers to cargo. There's still money being made. And if you're trying to take a pre-corona offer and shove it during corona times, it's going to be harder. They're going to give you a lot of no's, and it's going to be real hard to say like, no, you should pay me money anyway because, you know, the government, like it's not going to happen, right? So you just have to, you're an agency. The whole thing is like you're flexible, you're adaptable. Darwin quotes shit like that. Either you change with the times or you don't, right? And now you've got something that works. You've got proof, and there's no reason to say why you can't franchise the hell out of this and go to every gym. And you're going to. I genuinely think that, by the way, like this will be the predominant way gyms make money now, because you look at like Gold's Gym, they're like, you know, we just got 10,000 square feet locked into a 10-year agreement, and all of a sudden in 90 days or less, their entire business got destroyed because people decided to stop going to the gym. And now I bet we're going to see like Gold's Gym online classes taking the same exact thing. So either you're ahead of the curve and making more money, or you're going to be stuck slow and behind the curve again, time and time again. We have a question, by the way, from Joseph saying, how does your working day look like to get to 5K? And I'm struggling to figure out a certain routine. So what was your routine to go from $0 to $5,000 a month?
Dude, I mean, even then, like I didn't really have my shit together, right? Because like after you reach over 10K, it's like if you don't have your routine, you can't fulfill, like you're not gonna keep growing. But I think honestly, like the biggest thing was just like not giving up, like just keep trying. Like I was calling around like probably like 400 people a day. Like I was calling a lot of businesses every single day. And my main focus was booking appointments. I think a lot of people focus so much on the theory, on their logo, LLC. What's the best script to use? Like you got to realize you're just talking to other human beings. You're talking to human beings. Yeah. So I think it's just like I would audit my day. I would look at what am I doing for the whole day, and I would also audit my thoughts. Like what am I thinking about? What's on my head the whole day? The only thing you should be thinking about is setting appointments, and majority of your day should be just setting the appointments, not worrying about any other thing. As soon as you start doing that, now you're gonna get appointments, and now the next thing is, okay, how do I get these people to pay me money, right? So it's just like, and now you keep growing and growing and growing. But I think that's the biggest thing that most people don't do.
It's just like going to the gym. Like everybody's so worried about working out right or the best way, the wrong way. But weightlifting is better than running, which is better than rock climbing. It's like, who did you do any of them?
Yeah.
Or did you not? Did you? Okay, then go do the thing, right? Like,
dude, go walk. If you need to go door to door, just go door to door for now. Like you will stumble upon 5K if you work hard enough at it. And that might blow your mind, Joseph, because you're like, well, I wish I could stumble upon it. It's just like, have you been? I'm sure if we like sat down and looked at your whole day, that you weren't doing enough. That you weren't doing enough, at least outreach. You weren't doing enough setting appointments. You were doing more theory. You have like probably like 100 thoughts in your head that's just weighing you down. Forget about all those things and start setting appointments, whether that's Facebook outreach, cold calling, email, door-to-door, networking events. Just start talking to people about your product and about your service, and it's going to happen. And you're going to learn from it. You're going to get better at it, obviously. My 300 calls, I got better at talking. I got better at understanding their objections. I got better at talking quick. You know what I mean? So it's just like, keep going, and now you're eventually going to start to learn and get better.
I forget who told me this, but it's reinforced almost every single day. Like if you're a Facebook ad agency and you're spending most of your day inside of Facebook ads and inside of Ads Manager, you're paying Facebook and not getting paid. You need to spend more time getting appointments, taking appointments, inflow, outflow. Joel Kaplan says that. Ravi says that. I say that. Spend more time with the people that could pay you money. You'll be mind blown with the opportunities that you get. We got time for one more question. Then we're going to bring this to a close. Robert says, did you use case studies to land your first paid client? Did you wing it? Hope you get them results. What did that look like for you?
First client, I just winged it. I gave them a call and I explained to them exactly what I do. I did have a couple of like barbershop clients that like I did like a free trial. I know free trials are not really like super popular, but I just did it because I didn't even have the experience. Like you got to realize when you're first starting out, you suck at sales, you suck at marketing, like you're level 0. So whatever you can do to level up and get better, and that confidence comes with it. But yeah, I just talk to them. That's the biggest thing. Like just find a way to sit down with business owners and talk about your services and convincing them. Like there's no secret out there, guys.
Yeah, imagine like the doing part is the thing that gets you the result. How amazing is that, right? Idris, well done. I'm super happy to have you on like the interview series and something like that. I admire your journey and the entrepreneurial enthusiasm and the entrepreneurial grit that has come with getting hit again and again and again. Absolutely fantastic job. Last call for everybody who's interested in Idris and I doing masterclass, just hashtag pandemic system. We'll take it from there. Idris, we're going to bring it to a close. Is there anything else that you want as like a last call or last minute or last type of like thoughts, feelings, and ideas for everybody watching?
Yeah, first of all, I'm really like honored to be a part of this live, and if I can help anybody like with my story, I just like guys, just don't quit. That's all it is. It's just like don't quit, keep failing. If you're failing right now a lot, that's good. It's a good sign. But at the same time, keep failing, but learn from your failures. Obviously, don't be an idiot, right? But like just keep going at it. It's extremely possible. We're all human beings. We're all just keep going at it. That's the only thing I can really say. And if you guys have any questions or need any help, I'd be more than happy to help in any way I can.
Absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gents, we're bringing this to its close. I just don't hang up. We're going to post show for a little bit. Everyone go kick some up, take some names. See you guys later. Bye.
Take care.